Hello, everybody. Fearmy Games here, back once again for another installment of the Guild Wars Factions playthrough. Sure, just the Guild Wars Factions for, appeal reasons, of course. We're back once again. Though, unfortunately, bad news is that the AC died again after the guy came by last week to fix it. I mean, I'm not surprised it broke again. That guy, I wasn't home for that one, so I couldn't speak to him on the phone. But that guy did not sound competent at all in his job. He's just like, "Oh, I can't find anything wrong with it." I'm like, "Stop working." He's like, "Well, it's working now." It's like, well, great. But it's one of those things where the only benefit that I have right now is the simple fact that, um, I get brain. Um, is the fact that they have a 30-day recall window where I don't have to pay money for them to come back out for my home warranty. But it's still a bit annoying where it's like, well, it's quite clearly a problem. It needs to be fixed. But anyways, to the game, less real life problems. But yeah, I'm just melting here. Is we are currently doing two of our side quests that we have available: the Beak of Darkness, which we're trying to find information and potentially kill the Black Moa or something of that nature. And then additionally, we have Artistic Endeavors, which apparently is in the opposite direction of the other quest that we have here. Um, which is a shame. One thing that's a bit sad is that I wasn't able to sell my inventory stuff because this last week we had a. Oh, I forgot I was going to salvage that after last session, after last session, last episode. Oops, God, I'm so full of junk. But then I got told off by the Kurzik merchant that I'm too favoring of the Luxons because I have 1,000 more Luxon Boyd than I have Kurziks. And I'm like, well, it's actually I had a lot more, but I spent all the Luxon. And because I was like, I had like 8,000 Kurzik and 20,000 Luxon. I'm like, there's no way I'm making this up. So yeah, that's basically what happened. So I'm at the bribe this priest, pay basically like an extra third of the price just to get access to the buff I want. Hopefully, it'll be enough to make it work. Come on, merchant. I need you to talk to me. Oh, thank God. I was like, how am I going to clear my inventory? I was like, I need to find a way. This isn't a bad item. Has recharge skills 10% plus 15 health plus 7, but it's kind of like, I don't really have a wand that would go with it, so I'm just going to sell it. Keep the one I currently have until I can get a max level. Once we get to the armory, I think there's a high level weapon I can get to make it work still. Apparently, there's also some items back here that I didn't realize I had. I'm not going to bother discovering them or anything like that. I'm just going to destroy them. Ooh, except you. Wherever you're hiding. Let's go. Well, I'm identifying one of them. I identify whatever's left over. You, I'll keep you. And I'm going to salvage this because I would like to keep the prodigies because eventually we're going to go full get to Nightfall one of these days, and it'd be nice to be able to have it safe when we get Mesmers. I don't think Mesmers used +3 inspiration ever, so I'm just gonna delete that. Let me just re-talk to him in case to reset his log. I did forgot to identify the rest of them, but oh well. Oh well indeed. Alright. So we got some money out of it. So now we can but I did also see the Scoutmaster Arn has a quest. And I'm wondering if it's like the other quest we experienced about um where it's like a specific this map area. I'm gonna start it and see what happens. Says this is Scoutmaster Arn is his name. Says Scuttlebutt has it you're looking to help us keep the force secure. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But if you want to prove it, then you can do a little job for me. Now, it's not common knowledge, we Kurziks can't spare the manpower to keep the entire forest safe. Luxons rampage through our lands and wreak havoc when they meet no resistance. That's where you come in. I'll mark 4 specific trouble spots on your map. Once you have scouted all of them and made sure they are secure, return to me and tell me what you found. If you happen to run into any Lux and raid parties, we most likely will, feel free to deal with them however you please. I recommend a sharp blade and no mercy. I could either say sounds routine, no problem, which is accepting it, or I could say find someone else to run your errand. I'll take it. 400 faction, 150 gold, and some experience. And it looks like it populated into my Melandru Hope quest, which means this is most likely just like the other one we've had experienced, where um, where if we leave the map, we'll have to retake the quest again. It might even be a repeatable quest. Again, I don't know if any of these repeatable quests are worth doing, besides, my pure curiosity, because honestly, every time I've done factions, more so than any other of the campaigns, I feel, I have just gone through the main story. That's it. That's all I've really cared about. So this is the first time I'm actually really diving deep um, into what it's going to be like, um, and like doing these side quests and stuff like that. And it is interesting to be able to see these quests. My vanquish instincts are telling me to kill that guy. They're like, wait, no, you're not vanquishing right now. You don't have to chase after that group and kill them. I was hoping this area was going to be a path, but it looks like I was wrong. I'm going to have to go around longer way. Hopefully there's a bridge somewhere, because I'm like, yeah, I don't see a way over there. Over here. Well, we'll go this way and see what happens. You don't got no turtles to ride. Yeah, spirits have aggroed those guys over there, but, those spirits can die for all I care. It's not like they're necessary after I've used them. And so what we're going to be doing is this securing Equival Forest and the... Let me close these ones I'm not doing. And the Beak of the Darkness are almost right next to each other. Based on the direction, looks like the first checkpoint is closer than the main store. So we're going to do the first checkpoint, and then do the quest, and then kind of come back and see how it goes. I'm moving up to place the spirit here to kind of, bait it, hopefully. And it did successfully bait it. My Gaze Sphere was slightly too slow, died before it really had much of an effect, but oh well. It looks like we got another enemy group here. Fortunately, my Spirit Rift got destroyed, but even if it hadn't, because it goes where the guy was and not where he is when I finished the cast, and it would have been wasted anyways. It's just this time I got interrupted for it by troubles instead of just being, well, that went nowhere. We have the Vestberg Armory, which I'm pretty sure is like, just trying to remember the map off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure is like over here, or not very far away. I'm pretty sure it might be like over here somewhere, because I think this is Unwaking Waters. I think it's around here, and then Vesper Armor I think is just to the west of it. You might be close enough to walk into it. That'd be nice. I can get some actually decent weapon here. I mean, this is not a horrible weapon. I mean, it's 15%, 50%. I think this is like the second best weapon I'm going to use for my current build. Unless I end up deciding to go for a 2-weapon setup, but I would think at least that staves are going to be a bit more useful, but I could be wrong. I think that's usually what a lot of rituals go for is staves, but yeah, hey, maybe we'll experiment in the future and find out, huh? We got some more dredge. These guys aren't friendly like the other one we fought. These guys are the bad kind of dredge. I was trying to hope I might be able to get my Spirit Rift off before he aggroed. But oh well, it's not the end of the world. I was looking to be like, okay, I got this. Look at this big brain strat. As usual, my big brain strat didn't quite work out. Well, look, me and Devona killed the enemy's healer. Yeah, I've decided for at least for now to not use mocks and just use the normal henchmen as the Lord intended. I don't know really. Can't tell you why. It's more, honestly kind of just a whim. I'm gonna keep spawning Splitter Weapon on Aiden as he's the best one to use it. At least I assume he's better than Devona because Hammer has a very slow attack speed, so I'd imagine it'd be better to use Aiden with his bow. I don't actually know what bow he uses. If it's a short bow, flat bow, or a curved bow, I'd be pretty good. Flat because flat. If I remember at the top of my head, flat bow has the highest arc, but you fire the most. It has like tied with short bow for fastest amount of arrows you fire, um, per second, and there's one other factor I'm pretty sure bows have. It's like, oh, I guess like arc time. Maybe better put it like, yeah, and range. It has tied with longbow for the most amount of range. It has the most or is tied for the most arc time, which is bad. You don't want a high arc time, you want a low arc time. And it's tied with short bow for having the fastest attack speed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Recurve bow is nice because while it doesn't, it's like medium in terms of range and not quite as attacks. Doesn't attack quite as often as a short bow does or flat bow in that instance, but has the lowest arc time, which means that I guess it died on its own. I was about to gaze at Fury to try and get some extra damage here, but didn't work out. Um, but it has lowest arc time, which means it's the reason why it's the one used the most for interrupt builds. Is because you could fire it off, and the arrow is most likely going to hit the target, um, and interrupt them. The weakness of the flat bow is because of its high flat time. It's very easy for enemies to dodge it if they're actually intending to dodge it. So human players can counteract the flat bow by just moving. But in PV it's not as big of a deal because NPCs don't usually dodge. Sometimes they can. That's why a lot of the builds will use. I want to say it's like Serpent Spirit or something, some kind of spirit that increases the flight speed of your arrows. And I think it also has a secondary effect I don't remember off the top of my head. But that benefit would be the primary reason why you brought it, because it suddenly made the greatest weakness of the flat bow not so noticeable. So it looks like it wants us to backtrack for the second group, so we're going to focus on the Beak of the Forest here, which is actually right up ahead. That's actually awfully convenient. Let's see, what say you, Mr. Eric Ludgardis? But I think we should kill these dredge, because I feel like these dredge are going to aggro it. They have a healer too again. So I'm going to do heals. I'm going to spawn my Blood Song because he has blind effect. No, it's not. That's a different one. That's Shadow Song. Blood Song is just life damage and steals life for itself. Looks like the healer. Yeah, we just killed the healer. Unfortunately, the AI must know what I was trying to do because I was trying to drop my. I tried to drop my destruction around where they were, being like, "If you stay here, I'm gonna blow you up, sons of." And they're like, "Okay, we surrender." I think this is no matter what you are. This is his like generic response to you. What was that? Oh, it's just you. For a moment there, I thought I heard a squawking noise. I think I know what he means. He says, "The Black Moe, you say?" I remember that awful day as if it just happened. Foul Beast walked right up behind Rutger, the poor fool. It squawked right in his ear. He fainted right there. It took all four of us to get the damn bird off of him, but by the time we managed it, the bird had thrashed him silly. If you truly wish to put the abominable beast to death, I wish you well in your quest. I don't remember exactly where we encountered it, so perhaps you should talk to our friend Conrad Vassberg. He patrols Ferndale these days. He has a mind like a steel trap. Which means we have to go back to Ferndale. I thought we were done with that place, but apparently not. We'll start working on the artistic and artistic and Nevev versus a bit far away. So we're gonna go to our second checkpoint for this securing the Echovault Forest quest. Yeah, I would have had this video out, and the video I'm planning on recording probably tonight. Is the fact that I've been having a good time reading a book series that I picked it up on a whim at Barnes and Noble because it looked fun. I started it. Technically, I started it before, but like I read only the first few couple pages because like while I was waiting for, I think I was waiting for somebody or something like that. But I only had enough time to read like the first 5 or 6 pages. But then on my drive home, I started reading it when I was like, oh, when I stopped for lunch. Because it took a little bit for the food to get there, but the food tasted all right. Um, but it was something where I started reading it, and I got really hooked into it. And now, a week later, because today's Friday, actually less than a week later, I'm on book 3 already. Not sponsored, but if you guys are interested in trying it out, I think if you're watching this video, you probably might be in the target demographic if you're also a reader. It's called Dungeon Crawl. The first book's like Dungeon Crawler Carl. Um, Fun story. I won't spoil it for anybody who's interested, but basically the premise that happened in the first couple episodes is um, aliens have claimed Earth, killed almost everybody except like I think the first number was like 11 million people. Might have been higher than that. I forget the exact amount for the first amount of people who were alive at that time. And basically, it's a dungeon crawler where the main character named Carl and his uh, ex girlfriend's cat Donut have to um, basically survive, just the two of them in the dungeon, and try to survive long enough to get a good deal out, or get to the 18th floor and become the king of Earth, basically. It wants us to go back. Fine, we'll go back. Since we're already over here. And my pet theory, even though like you'll talk about how hard it's going to be later levels and like nobody gets past the 12th or 13th floor. I personally feel like um, I personally feel like this series is going to end with him getting to the 18th floor and becoming king of the earth. Is what I imagine is going to happen. And that's not a spoiler because I've only read to book 3. Okay, but that's my pet theory at least. Just got to make sure my own little head cannon doesn't cause any problems. Let's see, kill the god, that little rat bastard. I kind of said rat bastard made more of an enemy perspective, but then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, actually, that really fits the dredge, calling them a rat bastard, intentionally or not. Perfect insult. We're almost done with this group. The healer is dead a while back, but these gutters, they healed themselves. And they like the shadow step, so it makes it a bit more annoying for... but I like to get hit to kill them. Looks like we actually got hit by a group behind. I didn't notice. Oh, well. But yeah, unless they really shit the bed, I definitely do recommend this series. The books are a bit expensive. Like, buying this book set made me realize how expensive books have gotten. Like, this book right here is $30 for a hardcover. It's like, pretty thick. It's about this big. It's big as my head, basically, and it's pretty thick. I think the page count. I'm near the end of the third book right now. I was reading it right before I started. It's like a little over 500 pages. And like I think some of the later books, which like they get bigger as the series goes on, which I have no complaints about. I mean, it's more content for me. But it does go from $30 a book to $40. Like I went to my Barnes and Noble because I was like, finish the first book. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy all of them because I'm like, I'm just gonna want to read them all. So I'm gonna be back here in like a day or two, which would have accurate if I had bought it because I'm on book 3 already. But getting books, I want to say it was books 2 through 5. I think it was. Yeah, I think it's book 3 through 5. That would make sense based on the price point I also got too. But by books through 2 through 5 got me. It was like with tax included, and my 10% discount of Barnes and Noble included there was Oh, excuse me. Was like $160 odd. And then, of course, the first book. I think I had the first book on a deal. I didn't realize this deal going on, but I'm pretty sure it was cheaper than I expected it to be. Like, because I think it was on sale. I could be wrong on that one. So I guess altogether for like those 5 books have cost, like around $190 probably, or maybe if I did get on the discount, like I think I did, it'd be like 180. Um, which considering the reason I stopped collecting light novels because how expensive they were, just makes me realize just how expensive books in general have gone. Like I remember I got the Malaysian series years ago while I was still in community college. Where's the Luxons? So I was just like stopped by branch because I'm like, there's supposed to be enemies here, right? The quest hasn't updated either. I'm gonna try going up over here, see what happens. Also just trying to catch these guys so they don't blindside me. But where are the Suxons? It's weird. I'm gonna try going more out, see if that spawns them in. Um, I bought the Blazing books. Each of those books, except for the first one, which is like 900 pages, it's like each of those. Oh, there we go. Finally popped them. But each of those books like $80 for over 1,000 pages. But they were smaller books. They're more like older. I don't know the right way of putting it. Like older style books or like cheaper design. I don't know what the right word is for because it's like they were smaller. The text font was a bit smaller and closer together. Um, Even with that, it was still 1,000 pages. While this text font on this one is nice and pleasant to read as my eyes get worse. Where it's like a little, I think the font's slightly bigger, it's slightly more line spacing. Um, there you are. So it might be easier for older eyes to read, like mine. But yeah. But I remember I was like, why would I want to buy these light novels that were at the time like $12? I think some light novels have increased like 15 now, on average. Um, or it's like but it's like when I could get like in there like two like most of them were like around 200 pages, with the bigger ones being like 300 to 400 pages. I'm like, why would anyone? And but then I was like, but I can get this book, this giant thick book for $88. It was still soft cover, but still, for $8. I was like, and that's that's why I stopped for a while collecting light novels until there's a period of time where I started collecting light novels again because I found right anime, right stuff anime, which I sucks because I found them like only a year before um they got bought by Sony and they merged with Crunchyroll. And while the prices are still better um, than a lot of their competition, I feel like Right Stuff was better. Plus, I don't like supporting Sony if I can help it. So it's like, even if they are like the best price. Uh, but yeah, there's the woes of the price. Though I think part of it might also just be because of like the fancy art style, the hardcoverness, and I mean this is it's 500 pages, so it's not like it's really significant amount. But I think all of those things kind of combined, which is why this is more expensive. Like, which makes me think I might get by my NPC series after all, because I kind of bulked it down. Because I remember that one being pretty short, each book being pretty short when I was reading it on my Kindle. Because at the time I'm pretty sure that's the only way they were available was on a Kindle. Um, God, I really need to kill these gardeners faster. Probably not. I'm not maximizing DPS here. Excuse me. Oof. Yeah, no, so far no regrets in spending all that money. Though if I get to the very end of the series, which I don't know how long it's plan on going for. I mean, they're currently in this book. I don't really consider this a spoiler. Like the fourth level out of my theory of 18. The first book was floors 1 and 2. Book 2 was like floor 3, and then this one's floor 4. So if they keep this tempo of one book per floor, then I imagine it'll probably be like 17 books. Is what I'm assuming it's gonna cap out at. We just finished this, so we're gonna go back. Oh, we accidentally aggroed some more dredge. By accidentally, it means I wasn't careful enough. I feel like Aiden's just hitting the wall. Like, I don't think his attack is actually hitting, but I can't tell. Dang it, Aiden, you're the chosen one. But yeah, this series, to get on the original reason why I went on that tangent, the reason why I waited until today to record this video and the one I'm going to record right after, is the fact that like I've just been reading these series. Like Jess would go to bed, my wife would go to bed, and then I would just read. It's up to him like for the last couple days. Both of us would just read like while reading and stuff like that because we both are interested in the books that we're reading right now. Um, when I get really into a series, whether it's an anime or a book series, well, I say anime, but really any TV show, um, but most commonly with anime for TV shows, is when I get really into a series, that's all I want to do is just watch it. It's like I was going to a friend's house, like it's like one of those things I remember. It's like in high school. I was at a friend's house, and I was not at a friend's house. I was going to a friend's house, and I almost skipped out on it because I was in the middle of watching an anime, which I think is like something elemental. I don't remember the full name of it anymore because it's been so long. I was sad because they never made a second season of it, which is anime watchers will know is very common. But I almost didn't go because of the fact that just due to the simple fact that I was so into the series, like I was like in the middle of it, I was like, I'm gonna finish it, I'm gonna finish it, I'm gonna finish it. Mood that I almost didn't go. Alright, to the Scoutmaster Arn we go to turn in this quest and get our loot. Says, so many Luxons and so near. We should be safe for now, but this is troubling news. Thank you for your efforts. So now we're doing the artistic endeavors where it says, kill the sly dredge who stole June's art supplies. It is the only one left in this map. I accidentally put Splinter Weapon on myself, which is awkward because I don't do a lot of damage. I did that because I have like fat finger pressing a different button. You said he must have some resistance to that. I was surprised that guy only took 22 damage from my attack, but I looked at my thing, I'm like, I deal 96 damage. What's that guy's problem? I'm thinking we can go around the water over here to try and get there. So hopefully we don't have to take on this giant mass of mantises, mantisy? I don't know the right word for it, but just so I don't have to deal with them. That's a lot. Oh, there's a boss right over there. It's a monk boss too. Any of you monks over here, there's a boss. Name is Pfizer Wingmender in Melandru's Hope. Go get him. I don't know what he does, but you know you ought him. Can't forget our beautiful gold, because I love gold. On that note, I still need to buy the Blu-ray for Austin Powers for the. Because they have a 3 movie collection. I think it's only like $13 on Amazon. I really want to buy it. I heard that like Austin Powers, the first movies come out on 4K, but part of me is kind of like I haven't seen it since I was like 13, 14, maybe six, like if the oldest I imagine I'd be since I've last watched it, because I would watch it when we were still recording movie on the DVR, not because I don't think I've ever watched it on a streaming service. Part of me's like maybe I like unless I get a good discount on the 4K copy of just getting the here's the target. He's Sly. His name is should not be mistaken for Sly Cooper. The game I really want to finish playing on my PSP Vita. Yeah, I should see if I can figure out getting a capture card for my Vita and record myself playing. I won't probably do a very good job of it. I need to restart that game because I forgot where I left off and I haven't made any progress in that game. It was like probably like 7 years. So like I would boot it up and I'll be like, I don't remember where I left off here. I really don't. There's a gardener here, so I'm trying to get him killed. So kill the slide dredge. I killed the slide dredge, but I assume it also got... Oh, never mind. There's June's art supplies. I was about to say I killed the dredge, but I don't see him there. What could be happening? And we found out the reason. What we're going to do is, since that was the only other quest we had here, apparently that also finished the Ancient Forest quest, so we have 2 quests, oops, wrong thing closed, to turn in before the end of this episode to Hazu Helter. But it's like, I kind of like have a rule for most 4Ks of trying to get them on a deal for less than $20, just because they can be so expensive, and I'm like, I don't care this much for the movie. Where it's like Interstellar, $29. I like the movie, but no way am I buying it for that much by itself. But it went on sale for 17. I was like, yep, instant buy. June says, thank you so much. Tell Kisai that I said hello. And remind my sister I believe in her, even if she doesn't. Please accept some of these fine tokens paints as a token of my gratitude. I don't know who you're... Oh, Kisei, is she one of our henchmen? She's not one of our henchmen, but that name's familiar, so I think Kisei is like a story character that I don't remember the name of. But we finally have more Kurzik faction than Luxon, which means the NPCs will actually like me. I'm so happy. Kurziks, my people won't shun me anymore. What do you say, Mr. Scholar Andrej? He says you have because his quest. Those who don't remember his quest is to kill 3 different forest creatures and return to him. One of them was the Stone Scale Kirin, which was in that final fight. Is to kill a Dragon Moss, which was also in that final fight near the dredge, and kill a Warden, which happened pretty early on because there's a lot of those in Ferndale. And then once after that, we go see him for his reward. He says, you have collected all 3 samples. Marvelous. Now I shall be able to finish my research and hopefully learn more about the forest and why its wardens have turned against us. Oh, here's a follow-up quest. Let's see what he says. Back in Ferndale, apparently, we have 2 quests taking us there. Thought we were done with you, but they keep tracking me back. Just keep tracking me back. He says, good to see you again, friend. You know, those samples you brought me have proven invaluable to my research. Once I started running tests on them, I found that they will still contain the essence of the forest spirit who once protected these woods. This is fantastic news, for it means that we are one step closer to learning why the forest spirit has turned against us. Perhaps one day we will coexist with the spirit. We will again coexist with the spirit. In the meantime, I believe I figured out a way to tap the essence inside these samples. I need to take some of this essence to Master Smith Brutger in Ferndale. He's a former colleague of mine who was called by the gods to follow another path. Anyhow, I would be grateful if you would find him, if you would bring him this spirit essence. I'm sure he shall find a way to put it to good use. I shall take this quest. I'm happy to help. I'm not through with running errands for you. Totally not. So this basically means next episode we're going back into Ferndale because we have now this experimental weaponsmith taking us there. The Beak of Darkness also taking us once again back to Ferndale to find Conrad Vasberg. We'll see how it goes. But that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, dealing with my rambling about my most recent interest. Definitely recommend if you're interested in Ad Hall and what I said. And if you're not, look up the name and read the description. It's a lot better than what I just said. Well, have a good day, night, evening, wherever you guys may be. See you next time.